Hello everyone, here I am first thing in the morning in my fuzzy pink pajama bottoms and warm slippers, heading into my mudroom where I keep my washing machine and dryer, and most importantly for this video, my deep freezer. Look at all these boots for all the snow we've been having. It's toward the end of the month, so I don't have a whole lot of cooked things, but I'm in search of my favorite item this month. There it is. Can you guess what it is? I am a mocha mom, and I am back to let you know what I think every busy mom needs to have. That was a bag of ground turkey. Did you guess what that was? Leave your comment down below if you guessed what it was, or let me know what you thought it was, because there have been times when I've forgotten to label something and thought it was one thing, and whew, we have a surprise meal when I discovered that you can use ground beef, ground lamb, ground chicken, or any kind of mix, whatever your recipe calls for. In the past, I used to make my sauces completely and freeze that, but I've discovered that it's not saving me all that much more time. I mean, as long as I have simple and few ingredients to put in, this method is just as fast, and I think it tastes better. It tastes fresher because I'm making the food and serving it so right away. So what I'll do, since I have a family of 7 and I cook for a month at a time, I'll go and buy as many as 7 packages of ground meat. And I don't season the meat at all. I take a skillet. This is my stainless steel skillet that I love, that I cook so many different things in. And I have a number of smaller skillets, and I pull my girls and my son, everybody into it who's available, and we just take a Saturday that I've come from the grocery store and we just brown meat. We cook it until all the pink is gone. Then we allow it to cool down completely. Sometimes I'll put it in the refrigerator to hurry up that process. Then what I do is I store mine in these plastic bags, and I don't worry about the heat causing the chemicals in the plastic bag to leach into my food, because I've allowed it to cool down. And I've noticed that if I lay it flat and get all the air out and spread the meat pretty flat, it allows me to have that much more room to store my meat in my freezer. This has been one of the most valuable items for me in my freezer. This was the first month, last month was the first month that I prepared it this way. I could go in there and anything that I wanted to cook, I wasn't limited by the seasonings that I had used in the ground meat. So I made tacos, lasagna, hamburger helper. Do you know how easy it is to make hamburger helper? And those little boxes have very little in them, and you don't know what other added ingredients are in them, but when you make it yourself, you know exactly what goes in there. I take out a frozen bag of ground meat, drop it in this pan, pour in a jar of spaghetti sauce, take that same jar, fill it up with water, pour that in, let it simmer until the meat is no longer frozen. And I've noticed that when the meat is, you know, cut up and browned up like that, it doesn't really take a long time to defrost. And I haven't even had to use my microwave to make it happen more quickly. Once the meat is no longer frozen in the sauce, I add my noodles, turn the fire down, and simmer. Once the noodles are cooked through, I sprinkle it on whatever kind of cheese that I want. You know that if you change the noodles, if you add vegetables to it, if you add different cheeses, if you do a red sauce as opposed to a white cheesy sauce, as opposed to a mushroom creamy stroganoff sauce, you have a different meal every single time. I use the ground meat in tacos. I use it for soups. I use it for chilies. The possibilities are endless. And I think every busy mom needs to have some ground meat in their freezer, because it saves you on those busy days with basketball practice and ballet practice and, you know, running around and doing errands and just doing all the things that we do. I don't know how many times I've been able to just keep driving home past that Burger King, past the Chinese takeout, knowing that dinner is only a half an hour away because I've got this ground meat in my freezer. With this new way I've adopted of freezer cooking, I feel that everyone who wants to do it can do it. And no, you don't have to have a freezer full of anything. But even having 4 packs of those, and you don't, these are gallon bags. The freezer bags come smaller than this. If you have a smaller family, just a few items can ease what I call the witching hour, which is when everyone's yelling, "What's for dinner?" and you have to figure something out. A little bit of planning helps. And so I will be coming back from time to time and letting you know as I discover things that work better and make the whole process easier for me. Be blessed.